I'm happy to introduce you to Mike Gedye, Executive Director at CBRE. Mike's a recognised expert in emerging disruptive technologies and the impact of smart buildings on user productivity, cost optimisation and the user experience. Today he'll be presenting Getting Your Business Back to Business and the role of the digital workplace. So if you've got any questions for Mike, please enter them in the session Q&A on the right hand side, and after the session, please click on the next agenda item to enter the live Q&A.
Hi there, my name is Mike Gedye and I am the head of the technology vertical for CBRE here in the UK. Today I'd like to speak to you around the key topic which is on many people's minds, which is how do we get business back to business, but with a specific focus on digital and the digital workplace. As you can imagine right now, every organisation in every country and every industry type is exploring ways of getting back to business as usual. And the challenge really is going to be timing and considering how and what work we're going to be doing in the coming months and years ahead. We've broken down this process into three phases: a period of rethinking, a period of reopening, and then clearly reoccupying. But really it's beyond this that is going to be the most interesting part and the opportunity for significant transformation. As we look at the three phases, there are clearly many opportunities for digital intervention, both in terms of the visualization of data, the autonomous running of buildings to be touchless, and also the navigation wayfinding and providing resources to the employee to get back to business efficiency, productivity, and to give them an overarching better experience, all with safety and their health and well-being in mind. There are many questions as well being asked by big businesses around their future real estate and workplace requirements. Where should we be locating? How many sites will we need? How do we combine home working with the flexibility of third-party spaces and co-working and our traditional offices? How do we manage agility? How do we manage the user experience? How do we ensure the safety and the well-being of our people? All of these questions will be answered in the months ahead, but the time now is to explore the data, the infrastructure and the momentum you need to make this transformational. And bearing in mind, we've all been in probably the world's biggest global technology pilot over the last 5-6 weeks. Now is the time to strike in terms of building transformational momentum into your businesses and to use the digital frameworks to allow you to do things faster, quicker, in a more connected way, and arguably at a lower cost. The starting point for me for all technology and digital interventions is to start with the customer, understand their needs, and understand exactly what you're trying to fix before you then adopt new technologies. And even before COVID, we were dealing with a very diverse consumer base of young and emerging Generation X and extroverts and introverts and people doing analytical work and people doing sales and front customer facing roles, and all of them have specific needs and expectations, and frankly they're all quite different. So that builds in the big question: how do you build in flexibility, how do you build in responsiveness, and how do you add a degree of personalisation to this as well? Because the harsh reality is, whilst we have all been managing to work from home, the question mark should be: how productive have we been? How effective have we been? And is it suitable for everybody to continue this working from home experiment? And the answer is clearly no, not for everybody, or for everybody but not for all the time. And therefore technology is going to enable us to give people the best of all worlds. Before COVID, we were looking to move from a period of managing just efficiency metrics, cost per person, cost per square feet, moving towards productivity. How do we drive human performance? How do we drive health, wellness, focus, collaboration, engagement, innovation? And for now, we're looking at both scenarios. What is the right balance of efficiency, recognizing for at least the next 6-12 months we're going to be managing space in a more efficient way in terms of spreading people around to avoid too much contact, but also looking after health and wellness at the same time. So the expression that I've used in the past has been, if technology allows us to be anywhere, what's going to drive people to be somewhere? What is going to drive people, and what is the purpose of the workplace of the future? because it's certainly not going to be sitting at a desk doing traditional working as we once knew it. And the motivation for coming to work, as opposed to working from home, will be the connection with people, the collaboration with colleagues and partners, the co-creation of new things, the innovation, the access to specialist equipment, all of which need to be enabled and fostered by a digital ecosystem around them. Our premise is that the backbone of any of these ideas and initiatives, there is a digital twin, a point where all data, systems and devices all interconnect, a place where the data driven from that information and absorbed by it gets collected, gathered and concentrated in an environment, and basically a cloud-based environment where you can analyze, predict and diagnose the environment that you're working in, and provide access to the customer at the front end, to the systems and resources they need to do their roles, and the asset management and business at the back end to make sure those devices and things and services are provided as seamlessly, with as much resilience as you need for your business, and at the best possible price. So with this digital twin, we then have the ability to focus in 4 potential core areas to drive the great digital workplace, focusing on the property management itself, the asset management, focusing on the people and the experiences you can generate from a digital environment, the place in terms of providing services, amenities, workstations and workplaces, all agilely provided to the end user, but also providing flexibility in different times of the day for the different needs of the people working there. And last but not least, a place supported with a clear purpose. Historically, that purpose might have been sustainable places, environmentally efficient places, but increasingly it'll be healthy places, places where your workforces can thrive and your businesses can grow. And it's interesting now that we're in a post-COVID environment, or shortly to be in a post-COVID environment, we hope, it'll be different things we'll be focusing on. Can I drive through technology assurance and reassurance that my building is safe and healthy for my people? Can I ensure the connectivity to the systems and data that I need to run my business efficiently, whether that's in a physical domain or a virtual domain, whether I'm working within the workplace or within my home office? And finally, can I ensure that the monitoring of my building, the autonomy of my building, is done in a way that gives me comfort as an employee, that the building is being cleaned and the air is of a high quality for me to breathe, but also from a business perspective that I'm compliant and that I'm providing the best possible environment for my business to run efficiently. So we're imagining a future where digital interventions will carry a number of purposes. On the one hand, it's about reduction of risk and reducing transmission in the near term, with contact access and contactless access controls, with demand-based cleaning regimes, with remote lift access, remote controls, air quality monitoring, and people movement detection, so you can monitor the intensity of use of the space. But in the future, it's going to be much more around helping people with wayfinding through different resources in different places, providing visualization of the environment that I'm working in, providing resource allocation technology so that I can choose where and when to work to the best outcome for me, depending on what I'm doing and my preferences. And the key thing is real-time and predictive use of data. And it's without this that really much of the digital programs we're talking about become worthless. It has to be about forward-looking diagnostics, forward-looking resource allocation, and directly responding in real time to the feedback we're getting from the end user and the business. This will allow us to be responsive, adaptive and personalised in the way we run digital platforms and the workplace of the future. And it also allows us to drive efficiency, effectiveness and the integration of everything we're providing in a seamless and much more resilient platform to drive business-focused outcomes. Now, there are many new technologies emerging, and right as we speak, we're evolving many more products. And entrepreneurs and founders around the world are looking at new ways to pivot their products to meet this environment that I've just previously described. That might be from the most basic apps to allow employee engagement and providing access to resources to those who continue to work increasingly from home. It might be providing a range of services within the workplace itself as you arrive and as you figure out where you're going to work on that particular day. Different places will suit your needs, and you'll need to know where I can find them. How do I book them? Can I get AV and systems there? Can I invite my colleagues seamlessly to this location? And can I provide all the resources I need from a data, systems and technologies to do my role to the best of my ability? We will also expect to see more modelling and spatial planning and building management using 3D, virtual reality and even augmented reality to provide that resource allocation as efficiently as possible. In the short term, we're exploring ways to use data, tracking devices, tracing devices, not just to drive collaboration and innovation and efficiency as we were pre-COVID, but also to manage resilience, to trace people who may recur new symptoms, to self-isolate and to monitor those who've been in close proximity to them so that they can self-isolate without shutting down a whole building. Now this has one big proviso, it has one big condition, and that condition will be the acceptance of personalised monitoring and personalised tracking. And right now I think there's a willing public and a willing consumer who would choose health over privacy. The question will be for how long? And the answer might have something to do with, well, what is the value add to me to share my data? Will you use that data to ensure my safety, my health, and will it allow me to do my job more efficiently, give me the agility to do my work where I want to, when I want to? And perhaps if that trade-off is sound, maybe then we'll have increased acceptance and increased tolerance of the key data-enabled digital environments that we know can deliver so much if we're allowed to. So looking ahead, whether it's in deep learning and machine learning to much more efficiently predict the needs of the workforce, digital environments are here to stay, and digital environments will allow far more efficiency, autonomy and personalisation. And in my opinion will drive incredible value both to the enterprise level but also to the consumer. I have a vision that there will be a perfect balance where we will get the chance to provide with efficiency the personalised office, the personalised workspace, the personalised work experience, where you can control light, heat and sound by selecting different environments, where you can access different work settings and find different colleagues to collaborate either in the physical or in the digital, in the virtual, or in some hybrid combination of the two. And if we get it right, so we will drive loyalty, engagement and I believe productivity, and most fundamentally we will drive a better return on investment both for the enterprise and for the service providers. If you get it wrong and the consumer ignores the product you deliver them, as they are in this image you can see here, clearly you're going to see a very short-term investment path, and clearly you will be seeing winners and losers. And those who understand the consumer best will be the winners, there's no doubt. Right now everything seems uncertain, but I am absolutely confident that we are going to see a major change in the business and its willingness to invest in technologies. As this global pilot has proven, so much of the fear can be taken away by proving the benefits. And it's those who change and look forward who will embrace that and will see the best outcomes for their businesses, and ultimately will see the best return on investment. Thank you very much for listening.